A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. Yesterday, India managed to win a close match at Centurion by 11 runs and have taken a 2-1 lead in the series. But from the cricketing spectre of point, when you have to look at it, the Champions Trophy venue build-up is one of the most controversial, and you may have a roller coaster journey in the next 2 to 3 weeks at this point in time. Because if reports are to be believed, the ICC has asked the South African Cricket Board, Cricket South Africa, to keep all their venues ready for the Champions Trophy. Now, this is a major indication that if Pakistan don't want to have the hybrid model, then India are not willing to travel there, the tournament will be moved entirely to South Africa. This happened in 2008 also. Remember, the original Champions Trophy in 2008 was expected to be held in Pakistan, but because of tensions between India and Pakistan, that was moved to South Africa in 2009. On the other hand, this current latest escalation in the crisis that is there between India and Pakistan, this update, which is not yet official though, but there are reports circulating that ICC have asked South Africa cricket boards to ensure that all the venues are ready for the Champions Trophy. It's a clear-cut indication that the tournament, again like what happened in 2009, it will be moved to South Africa. So, Pakistan's loss is South Africa's gain. So, we are going to see some more developments in the coming 1-2 weeks about it. But it was clear from the viewpoint that yes, India were not going to go, Pakistan were adamant on not keeping the hybrid model, and that is why the entire tournament could be shifted to South Africa. So, these are the reports that are coming in at this point in time. So, massive update when you have to look at the Champions Trophy. Tilak Varma smashed a century, and that was the main reason that India won. But in the press conference, he had revealed, and even Suryakumar Yadav had later revealed, that he wanted to bat at number 3. Tilak Varma clearly stated that I want to express myself, please give me an opportunity to bat at number 3. Suryakumar Yadav in the Centurion T20 stated, you're batting at number 3, express yourself. And boy did he do it. He batted brilliantly and ensured South Africa could not get into the contest, and that's why India have taken a 2-1 lead. They won't lose the series, but in the 4th and final T20I, they should be hoping that they do not avoid it. They do not avoid a defeat. So, that's why this is a big boost in Tilak Varma's confidence. But where Tilak Varma is on a high, from the high you have to come to the low, because after 2 consecutive centuries, Sanju Samson now has fallen for 2 consecutive ducks. 5 ducks in a calendar year after those 2 centuries. You want a definition of a roller coaster? This is Sanju Samson for you. Earlier, it was not helped by comments that yes, Sanju Samson's career was destroyed by 4 people. That was maybe not called for at this stage, because yes, it took him time for 10 years to cement his place. But why was Sanju Samson an infuriating enigma because of all of this? On current form, which we had stated about a couple of days back when he got the 100, if he maintains that form, then he should be in the Indian cricket team ahead of Rishabh Pant. But now at this point in time, when he's gotten 2 ducks, yet again the fortunes have declined. So, the question of whether he should cement his place continues to polarize Indian cricket and even analysts, because we cannot make sense of Sanju Samson's inconsistency. As simple as that. We have heard play stopped due to bad light. We have heard play stopped due to floodlight failure. We have seen play stopped because of other unforeseen circumstances. But play delayed due to flying ants. Well, this is the scenario that happened in Centurion, because yesterday play was held up for some time because there were flying ants at the stadium, and because of that the players couldn't just come out. It could have posed a bit of a risk also. So, play was held up. Some pesticide and everything was sprayed through drones to ensure that yes, the ants would be stayed away, and then this was the cleanup operation that was happening. So, play stopped at Centurion due to flying ants. Yes, there have been instances when bees have stopped play, especially in South Africa. Once I would remember an ODI that bees stopped play. But here, flying ants stopping play. Now that is another whole species altogether then. Sri Lanka versus New Zealand, the first ODI that happened at Dambulla, saw rain play its part. Sri Lanka had already reached 324 thanks to a wonderful century from Kusal Mendis. But on the other hand, New Zealand tried to make a fight, but then they unfortunately lost in a 27-over match. The revised target was 221, and in a way, Sri Lanka ended a big losing streak against New Zealand. So that's why this win is very, very important for them. Yes, Sri Lanka are not in the Champions Trophy, but they have made a big statement that yes, if we want to have that resurgence, the resurgence is continuing, and it's all thanks to Sanath Jayasuriya's leadership at that stage. If you are a badminton fan, then this news is really, really bad for you, because after Lakshya Sen lost in the Japan Open Masters, PV Sindhu has also lost, and that is why India's campaign in the Japan Open Masters is over. Sindhu tried to ensure, she is world number 20, but she lost to a 23rd ranked opponent, and this will really hurt. Lakshya Sen, who was leading in the earlier stages in his match, he also lost out. Two superstars of Indian badminton are currently having a slump. In Sindhu's case, the slump has been prolonged for a long time. One really fails to understand what is happening with both Sindhu and Lakshya Sen. Lakshya Sen seems to have been demoralized after squandering a golden chance for a medal in Paris. So that's why these two superstars are out of the Japan Open Masters. One hopes that they can recover in time. The Tata Steel Chess tournament has now begun in Kolkata, and there is plenty of funfare that is there. You've seen Anish Sarkar grab the show with some magnificent gestures that were there in the opening ceremony. On the other hand, it wasn't a good day for the open category when you look at India, because Praggnanandhaa had a winning position against Magnus Carlsen, but then he squandered and he was held to a draw. Vidit lost, and because of that, India really did not start their campaign well. The two superstars in Indian chess didn't start their campaign well. But in the women's section, Vantika Agarwal is now in the joint lead along with Goryachinka. So that's why in the Tata Steel Masters tournament, the women's section, there is a great start, but in the open section, the first round of rapids has happened. Now you're going to see Praggnanandhaa and Vidit ensure that they try to claw back. Nadirbek Abdur Sattarov is currently leading at this point in stage. So in this way, the Tata Steel Masters is really going to ensure that all these players get some valuable game time. So we are building up to the Champions Trophy. We are also building up to India versus South Africa. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.